Well, the holidays are a time for twinkling lights and cherished traditions, but for many, it can also feel like a recipe for stress and anxiety. But what if you could give yourself the peace of mind this holiday season? Our next guest is here to share with us how you can unwrap more joy and less tension, transforming holiday gatherings into a time of heartfelt connection and renewal. Laura Day is the author of The Prism, 7 Steps to Heal Your Past and Transform Your Future. Good to have you with us, Laura.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, well, let's talk about this. Why does the holiday season, which we normally picture as being so joyful, often create such an emotional static, and how can we tune into a more peaceful frequency this year?
So, any of those anniversary times are very high reactivity times. We don't react in the present. We react from a whole history and from the parts that we play in other people's lives and what we recreate in our own. So we are triggered over and over. And then you add family, those of us who are with family, although we always find strangers to fill the places if we're not, that's an additional trigger because, of course, it's happening for them too.
Absolutely. We're going to touch on that again in a minute. But beyond all of the shopping lists and the decorations, what is one foundational gift of self-care that prepares someone to truly enjoy the festivities?
I think that the most important thing is have a goal for yourself. And that goal is decide who is it you want to be, separate and apart from your family, what you think you aren't. Who is it you want to be? And then practice being that person because what happens is that becomes your frame of reference as opposed to the triggers and the dance of everything that's going on around you, which really, again, is more about the past than it is about the present.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit more about that because many people often slip into a version of themselves that they don't really like when they're with family. How can they change that?
There's so many different ways you can do it. I mean, first of all, intuition, that ability to really tap into our knowing and our knowing about others helps. When people are triggering you, when they're doing that again or making you feel this again, ask yourself, what's really beneath that for them? And it's a moment, it's, oh, they're putting me down, but oh, they're not feeling good about themselves. So instead of responding to what it is they're doing on the surface, respond to that sense that you have of the dialogue that's going on underneath. The other thing is prepare physically. It is a marathon. Even if you're alone for the holiday, it's a marathon. It's full of inner triggers. Make sure you get enough sleep. It's not the time to load up on alcohol or sugar. It really is. I mean, certainly on the day of, but in preparation, prepare like a marathon. One of the most wonderful things about the holiday is that a lot of these triggers that create the same problems in our life over and over again, they're underneath the surface. And on the holidays, wow, they come up to the surface and we can decide to again be who we choose to be and not to be our history. And then we don't recreate those historical problems every day in our life.
Exactly. And as you're saying, start preparing mentally now to get you there. So, how can the holidays be an opportunity to make positive changes to our lives?
you know everything that triggers you in the holiday is triggering you every day. And again, reference who it is I want to be. Take a beat. Also, we often go into the holidays really prepared for failure because what we do is say, okay, this is going to be different. This is who what I want to have happen. And instead, just be present, just be mindful and deal with what comes up. Let go of expectations. Be happy about the person you are and don't expect your good deeds to be responded to in the moment. You may notice that not only do you change yourself by doing that, but you
Mhm.
change the dynamic of everyone around you.
Okay. Oh, that's a wonderful message. Thank you so much, Laura, for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a good holidays.
Thanks, you too. And you can purchase your copy of Laura Day's The Prism, where books are sold. And you can also learn more by heading to lauraday.com.